If you're an established locksmith business running Google Ads and dealing with scam or low quality leads, then this video is for you. I'll explain why these types of leads can happen and walk you through with some practical adjustments that can help reduce scam phone calls while improving overall lead quality. So let's get started. So guys, we're in our Google Ads dashboard, and if you're an established locksmith business running Google Ads for some time and some of your phone calls include spam and low quality phone calls, then in this video we're going to go through some ways and strategies of how you can reduce the number of those kind of spam phone calls and get more higher quality phone calls. So this is one of our example account, and as you can see, in the last 30 days we have generated 278 phone calls and 195 conversions. These 195 conversions mostly include phone call related conversions, and some of them can include form submissions. Let's say it can be 3 to 5% can be form submissions. But the overall goal is to get as many phone calls as possible and to make them higher quality phone calls. And as you can see, the cost per conversion is around $20, and this is our search impression share, 54%. And you can see where I've helped different types of local service businesses to generate phone calls and form submissions with Google Ads. And to see more of these kind of case studies, you can also check my website. So what to do if you're getting a lot of spam phone calls? So we're going to analyze our quality of the phone calls we're getting. Again, it's the last 30 days and it's the same account. And as you can see, we have generated 278 phone calls, and it is not including form submissions. And from here, we can assume that if the phone call duration is more than, let's say, 60 seconds, we can consider that as higher quality phone calls compared to the phone calls, let's say 23 seconds, or let's say even 36 seconds phone call might be lower quality phone call. So if it's more than 60 seconds, I would consider that more of a higher quality phone call. So your goal should be to get as many higher quality phone calls as possible. And let's see how many higher quality phone calls we've generated. As you can see, 194 of those phone calls are more than 60 seconds, and it may not include some missed calls as well. So let's say if we still not consider them and consider only the phone calls which are more than 60 seconds, there are around 194 phone calls in the last 30 days. So the first thing is you can just see them with this report, and you can add the target keyword section as well. So for search campaigns, you can see which exact target keyword is generating, for example, particular keyword. For Performance Max campaigns, let's say if you're running Performance Max, you may not be able to see that, but you can see that which campaign is generating that particular phone call. And you can see how many high quality phone calls certain campaign generated, or how many high quality phone calls certain target keywords generated. Now, with that way, you can analyze where the higher quality phone calls are coming from and where the low quality phone calls are coming from. A quick reminder, I've generated thousands of phone calls using Google Ads. I made a checklist of things to check in your Google Ads account. Focus it on generating phone calls. If you want it, click the link in the description below and I'll send it to you for free. And the next thing, which is related to the previous example, you should now analyze the lower quality phone calls. So let's say if we have phone calls, let's say 40 seconds. And again, it might include some missed phone calls as well. As you can see, there are 0-second call length. There might be another one, 0 seconds. So if we're going to exclude that, so status, filter, and only include the one with receive it. As you can see, we have around 57 phone calls which are less than 40 seconds. And if they are less than 40 seconds, we can assume that they are low quality phone calls, and you need to analyze from where they are coming from. If you're running, again, search campaigns, you can see which target keyword is generating that lower quality phone call. But you need to be really, really careful that if particular keyword is generating a lot of low quality phone call, but also attracting a lot of higher quality phone call, pausing that might limit the number of phone calls you can get in the future. So that's why you should be really, really careful and pause the keywords which are generating a lot of lower quality keywords and may not bring higher quality keywords at all, or very few number of higher quality phone calls, which means overall they might be unprofitable keywords. And you can pause or limit the search volume of those kind of keywords. Or if you are using different type of campaigns, or if you are analyzing by their campaign level, you can do the same by analyzing their quality of the phone calls they've generated, by seeing their number of lower quality phone calls and their number of higher quality phone calls. That might require some effort to analyze the quality of the keywords or campaigns, but it can help you to allocate more budget or less budget for certain campaigns. And the next thing in your list, you should use your headlines and descriptions to pre-qualify the callers. So we're going to see one of our example ads. So this is one of our example ads, and let's see that. So let's say these are our headlines and these are our descriptions. And here you might be getting phone calls or irrelevant phone calls from people. They might be looking for, let's say, other companies, or they might be looking for irrelevant services. So to pre-qualify the callers, you can pin your headlines. The target keywords can be pinned as first. For example, 24/7 locksmith near you, if you're targeting 24/7 locksmith services. Or let's say if you're located in New York, for example, locksmith services in New York. And if somebody is looking for locksmith services in Tampa, for example, and they see your ad as locksmith services in New York, they may not even click on your ad, which can help you to save some budget. And second, they may not call your business, and it can help you save your money and save your time with that way. So you can pin your headlines like this. So these are our headlines with target keywords. As you can see, these three. And these are call to actions. So you don't have to pin the call to actions, or you can pin them. But the main thing here is the first pinned headline can help you to pre-qualify the people, and they can read your headline because these pinned headlines will show as the first all the time. So 3 headlines here can rotate and they can show up as first all the time. And make sure that you are using your target keywords or the keywords that can help you filter irrelevant clicks with this headline. And again, you can pin them as second, the call to actions, or you don't have to. But these pinned first headlines can help you to filter some irrelevant, low quality traffic with that way. And the next thing is you should focus on higher intent, high quality keywords, and the keywords might be the problem. So we're going to see that example as well. So you're going to go to tools and the planning, you're going to go to keyword planner and click on discover new keywords. And here we're going to enter our target keyword. So let's say we're going to put locksmith keyword, and we can have more keyword ideas with just one keyword idea. As you can see, we have 814 keyword ideas available, and we can choose more higher intent keywords from here. So that would be locksmith near me, or emergency locksmith near me, car key replacement near me, if you offer that, because some businesses may offer just residential, or some just commercial, or some just for car services. But if you offer all of these, you can target these kind of keywords. And auto locksmith near me, 24 locksmith near me, automotive locksmith near me open now. These are really, really high quality keywords. And rather than targeting these kind of broad keywords such as locksmith, you can target these selected keyword types, and it can help you to attract higher quality traffic. Because if somebody is using this type of keywords, there is a more chance that they're looking for the services and not people who are looking for information or your competitors. But that's not guaranteed, but at least you can increase your chances by targeting these kind of higher intent users, and that can help you get higher quality traffic with that way. So the next thing is you should avoid overly broad keywords, which is related to the previous example. Again, I wouldn't target initially keyword of locksmith, for example, or car locksmith, but they are good, but there can be even better types of keywords, or local locksmith, or instead of choosing car locksmith near me, you might be targeting the keyword of just car locksmith. If you compare car locksmith and car locksmith near me, if somebody is using that, it would be more likely somebody is looking for services if they're using the keyword of car locksmith near me than people who are using car locksmith. But there might be some slight differences, but at least it can help you to reduce the number of spam phone calls with that way. So if you are using them as phrase and exact, more likely they can help you generate higher quality phone calls. But if you are using them as broad, for example, some people might use broad as well. And if you are using them as broad, they might attract low quality and spam phone calls. And if you are using them as broad match keywords, choosing this kind of specific keywords can also help. But with broad match keywords, of course, you should be adding negative keywords frequently so that you won't get certain types of low quality informational types of keywords which may not turn into real job. And you should analyze that yourself by looking at your report. If they're attracting more higher quality phone calls than certain types of keywords, you can keep those kind of keywords, even if they are shorter version. Because if you have been running Google Ads for some time, you should have some data, and you can pause the keywords which are attracting consistent number of low quality phone calls and keep the keywords which are attracting higher quality phone calls consistently. And the next thing on our list, you should be frequently adding negative keywords, and you should add as many negative keywords as possible. And the bigger the negative keyword list, the better it can be, because it can help you to reduce the low quality traffic you might get. So having big negative keyword lists can help you a lot. So you can add negative keywords by going through this list. For example, you can find a lot of competitor names from here as well. So one way would be by seeing only the brands from here. So other brands, as you can see. As an example, let's say these are the competitor names. And others, I usually keep others because it might include some service name as well as competitor names as well. So we have 60, but it should be a lot of negative keyword lists, but at least you can have some negative keywords from here as well. So not including the first one, they can be the negative keyword list, as you can see, but some of them can be just a generic keyword name, and some companies just put that generic keyword as their company name. And you should be really, really careful to exclude those kind of keywords. So for example, from here, as you can see, AAA or Popular Services, as you can see, these are negative keywords. So you can find a lot of low quality brand terms from here. If they're found in your search terms report, they can get impressions and also clicks, and it might waste some of your budget. And you should be adding negative keywords frequently. So this one way, and you should go to the campaign section and the insights and reports. You need to go to the search terms report and add negative keywords frequently. And another way would be you're going to open a new tab and go to Google Maps, and in your local area, find competitor names in your local area and add their business name in your negative keyword list. And that can help you if people are looking for other competitor names, and it can help you to save some budget by limiting the number of impressions or clicks you might get from those kind of search terms. And the next thing on your list, you should exclude non-service areas. So for example, we're going to go to the campaign section. So we're in the campaign section and we're going to click on settings. And from here, we're going to go to the locations. And here, as an example, we're targeting New York, but it doesn't matter. So let's say you're in the smaller area, and let's say you're targeting this location, and you might be getting irrelevant phone calls from outside the service area. So you might be getting phone calls from here. And the best practice would be to exclude other locations. So to exclude other states first, you might even get phone calls from other states as well, because it can happen. Even if you target, for example, New York, you might get phone calls from California, or you might get phone calls from Florida. It can happen even if you target certain locations. That's why adding negative keywords and excluding certain locations also can help you reduce those kind of phone calls as well. So first of all, you can exclude other states. And after that, you can exclude other cities or other zip codes or other counties as well within that state. And that would help you to be more targeted in the target locations you're using. So we're going to show all the locations. And let's say we're going to exclude by city. Or if you cannot exclude by city, you can exclude by zip code, which is one of the easiest ones. But you need to zoom in and exclude that one by one. For example, if we can exclude that, as you can see, it is excluding outside of the area, and you can exclude that, but it can be a little bit harder, and you can show all areas, and that would be a little bit better to exclude. For example, as you can see, it is showing a bigger area, and they can exclude like this. So that's the idea. That's how we can exclude the locations outside the target location you are targeting. And the next thing in our list, you should continuously optimize. Based on the data you're getting with the search terms report, you can find certain opportunities to target specific keywords, or to use or to work on specific service areas, or you can find certain keywords that are consistently generating low quality phone calls, which can help you reduce your wasted ad spend. You can add those negative keywords by, again, visiting the search terms report. And with that way, you can create different ad groups or even different campaigns and allocate your budgets to the campaigns which can generate you more higher quality phone calls. And I would suggest you to frequently analyze the performance of your campaigns and overall account structure. Maybe there could be more opportunities to improve, or there might be certain areas where you're wasting your budget. And with that way, you should be regularly optimizing your account. And again, guys, as I told, I've created a checklist after generating thousands of phone calls using Google Ads. And this checklist can include the things you need to check in your Google Ads account if your focus is to generate phone calls with Google Ads. And if you want that checklist, you can click the link in the description below and I can send it to you for free. Or if you guys want my help to generate higher quality phone calls for your locksmith business, you can also apply to work with me and I can help you manage your Google Ads campaigns. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching this video and see you guys in my other videos.